Hello! Today I'm going to talk about plastic. In England at the moment you have to pay for plastic carrier bags when you go, if you go in a shop and you want a plastic carrier bag, you have to pay for it. And the dust is sort of settled on this issue. It's not a thing that people are sort of angry about or discussing anymore, as far as I'm aware, so much. It's just a thing we have to do, you know. You go in a supermarket, you're asked, do you want a bag? It's going to cost you 5p, and that's just how it is. If you want one, you're going to pay for it. If you don't, you don't have to. It's not a problem. It's just a thing that is. And yeah, I don't know who's in charge of this decision, because we had to pay for bags in the past, and then we stopped having to pay. Then we have to pay again, so I don't know who's in charge of starting this decision. But I do think it's a good decision, because I think it's good if we're more sort of conscientious and thinking about our usage of plastic and trying to reduce it, because we're using a lot of plastic. That's just the facts. We're using a lot of plastic. Yeah. Yes. Lots and lots of plastic. Yes. So it's good if we're being asked, do you want this plastic bag? And having to consider how many bags you want to use, because they're all going to individually cost you money, rather than just using loads and loads and loads and loads of plastic bags just because they're there. You know, it's good to reduce the number of them that everyone's using as a collective. Yeah, I watched a documentary a few years ago. I don't remember what it was called, but in it there was this family, and the dad in it said he wanted to reduce his plastic usage, so he decided he wanted to go for a year without using any plastic, and his family supported him, and they all tried very hard to go without plastic for a year, and it was ridiculously difficult because lots of things are wrapped in plastic. If you just walk around a supermarket tomorrow, you'll see lots of things are wrapped in plastic. Things that don't need to be wrapped in plastic are wrapped in plastic. Lots of things are wrapped in plastic. I don't know why. Maybe people are just being really uncreative when they wrap things. You know, you make a product and you just instantly you just like wrap it in plastic. That's just the thing. That's just the thing that people do. As an individual, I mean, plastic usage does sort of annoy me in a way, but as an individual it would be ludicrously difficult for me to just give up plastic, because I'd have to basically give up food as well, because everything is wrapped in plastic. Yeah, so it's good if someone way higher up can make a decision like that plastic bags, the usage should be dropped. Let's make people pay 5p for them, or get asked, do you need that? You know, I don't know who is in charge of that, but you know, these decisions have to be made higher up somewhere to make a good big impact. I think someone needs to make a decision about packaging too, because there needs to be some sort of standards of packaging, rather than products just being wrapped in plastic and then just wrapped in more plastic and just wrapped in more plastic, or wrapped in layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff. Like, I regularly see, if you buy something online, it'll arrive, and it won't just arrive in a box, it'll arrive in a box filled with stuff and filled with more stuff, to just ridiculous levels of packaging for the small item you bought. There needs to be some sort of standards of packaging to make people justify how they have packaged things, basically. Because I've thought of an example now, just here in this room. I understand that sauces and liquids probably do need to be wrapped in plastic, because you can't just walk out of a supermarket holding a handful of sauces. That's just no way to store things, and you know. So sauces wrapped in plastic. Okay, I understand it's wrapped in plastic because it's be stored somehow, otherwise it's just going to be going all over you when you carry it out. But on this one, we'll see the label. It's made of paper. It's a sticky label made of paper. Okay. But on something like this, it's wrapped in another layer of plastic as a label. I don't understand that. Why is it plastic on plastic? More plastic, just for the sake of plastic? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just that no one is thinking about it, or there isn't someone stepping in and going, did you need to put plastic on that? Or maybe someone should be. Maybe someone should be stepping in and going, there's some standards of packaging you should follow, and you should think about justifying whatever it is you just did with plastic just then. But also I don't know where it should end, because I don't want it to all be like a dictatorship where someone just walks around going, you have to do these things because we say so. You have to. Like, everyone being forced. But I don't know. I don't know how we sort out the issue. But then again, I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge at all. I just get to say, it's good if we lower our plastic. Yeah, that's good. I agree with that. And now we are lowering our plastic bags. I just get to go, yeah, that's pretty good. Like that. But as an overall collective issue of the grand scheme of things, you know, I don't know. Don't know what we should do as a overall conclusion. I'm not in charge. I don't know. But it's something.